Good evening, everyone. This is Zero with week 4 of Preseason 4 free champion rotation. So let's start right at the top. We have Annie, the Dark Child. She is one of the strongest AP carries in the game. She can do a lot of bursts. She gets a DFG, you're toast. She gets a stun every 4 abilities. So if she sets her ult up to stun and Tibbers eat your face, there's not much you can do but die. Moving on to Ashe. She's really a decent ADC, basically trades utility for mobility. Um, so it's fun to play her, but basically the strategy is you have to affect your opponents because you have no options of your own. She has no escape, anything like that. So she's a strong ADC. Uh, Unlimited ranged ult, which is fun. But takes some getting used to because your positioning has to be spot on, or you're just gonna get destroyed because you have no escape. You have nothing to. You have no forgiveness for positioning mistakes. Really, with Ashe, that's the biggest problem. But easy for new players where positioning isn't as big a deal because you kind of trade blows. So Ashe is pretty good. So Morgana, I've seen her played, not ever really super well. So I don't know much about her. I know she can play support or mid. And she plays, decent. It's not like she's a bad choice. You don't cry when somebody on your team picks her, but I've never seen her do really well. So I'll have to give Morgana a try this week. We have Nunu, the Yeti Rider, and he's good. He's a good support. He's a good jungle. Basically, his biggest thing is he has to land his E, which is a slow and does a decent amount of damage, and also get lots of AP and use his ult properly. I don't know why the difficulty bar is so low on him, because your ult is AoE, but it can be cancelled and it can be dodged. If you can land your ult, you can one-shot carries, and you can change a team fight if you land your ult on one or two people. But it's really hard to do, so I'm confused as to why his difficulty is so low. We have Sona. Her difficulty is low because all of her abilities are auto-targeted, except for her ult, which is massive AoE in a direction. So Sona's easy to play because really you just push buttons. You don't even have to click, and it just does its thing. The attack hits two people. The heal hits two people. The speed boost hits three people, and your ult is AOE in a direction. So Sona's really fun to play. She's best at support. You can play her mid. I've seen her played mid. You have to be really good to pull it off though, because you have to take what little damage you have. But she has decent damage, but it's burst. If you don't kill them, like in the first 3 seconds, you need to run and hope you make it. But Sona can be a strong mid, but it's just hard. There's a lot to keep track of and a lot to plan your engagements. And if your enemy knows what's going on, you're gonna have a hard time. But I highly recommend playing Sona support, especially if you're a newer player. Trundle, the Troll King, definitely one of the most fun champs to play, top or jungle. Super, super, super fun. His ganks are crazy if you land your ice pillar. He reduces enemies' attack damage while increasing his own. He just, Trundle's so much fun. He can get tanky and still do damage. You get a Blade of the Ruin King on him. I highly recommend you play Trundle this week. Orianna, I've never played Orianna. I have heard when I play with friends that play her that you just have to really control the ball. You have to know exactly how it works to make it happen. As you can see, her difficulty bar is maxed. So Orianna's one I'm going to pick up this week because I feel bad not knowing anything about her. Oh gosh. And then Volibear, the Thunder Roar. The Thunder's Roar. I don't like Volibear. He's really good. I just find it's a lot to organize. It's just like Udyr. So Volibear is interesting to play. Sejuani is a really strong jungle. Volibear's top or jungle, by the way. Sejuani is a really strong jungle. Nowhere else really. Gets really tanky and has a lot of utility. A lot of stuns and slows. I really like Sejuani. I love Sejuani, actually. And Draven's one of my favorite ADCs because he can get so much gold and do so much damage so fast. Definitely recommend Draven. It's really hard balancing his axes. Yeah, so that's the free champions for this week, week 4 of Preseason 4. Questions, comments, rude remarks, throw them down below, and I look forward to playing with you soon.